What's up, everybody? I'm back again. I'm soon going to be going out for a birthday lunch, but I have some time in between then. So I decided to hop on and give you guys some of my thoughts on Big Brother 25. When Big Brother 25 started, immediately I saw the cast. I heard that a lot of the cast were recruits. But just on the diversity aspects of the cast, you remember if you were following me from the beginning, I said, this is a very diverse cast and I love it. There is not a certain age demographic. There was somebody who was as young as 21 when Corey started the season, and Mama Felicia is 63. So we had a wide range. It was not like Mama Felicia was just an outlier on an island by herself. Yes, she was the oldest cast member, but I think we had three over 40. We had some in their 20s, and we had some in their 30s. So I said, okay, we got plenty of different races, cultures. We even have somebody with a physical disability in the house that they've never had a deaf person in the house before. So I was like, okay, this cast has so much potential. The problem that I'm seeing now is that there are so many recruits that they overshadow the Big Brother players. Because if all of y'all have noticed, the people who actually know the Big Brother game the best aren't actually doing all that well in the game, because you can't really play with this group. This group is not really about playing Big Brother. They're more just about grouping together the best that they can. And they're not strategic, is what I'm trying to say. They're not very strategic. They don't know how to hold information. They don't know how to hold water. They have a conversation with somebody and they say, it can't go anywhere. And it goes somewhere 5 minutes later. I was watching Corey, who's not a recruit. I know that Corey is an actual Big Brother fan, which is funny enough because he's not playing the game well either, in my opinion. But Corey was having a conversation with Cam that he was so frustrated about. And Cam is like, you and America are a package deal. You basically think with one brain, is what he was alluding to. And he said, anything that I tell you, it's going to her when y'all pillow talk, and vice versa. Anything I tell her, she's telling you. And he said, no, that's not true. The way that I see myself is that, yeah, we kind of work together, but at the same time, I'm an individual and she's an individual, and I don't tell automatically things that people tell me. I don't automatically tell her. She tells me things, but I don't tell her everything. And right after he leaves this conversation with Cam, he sees America 2 minutes later and tells her everything about his conversation with Cam, proving Cam's point. So this year is frustrating me. I think that we had some recruits last year, but for some reason, I just feel like this group is worse, because at least that group of recruits was better at learning the game. You know what? Because it's not all recruits that are not good at the game. As an example, even though this probably doesn't count in the recruit category, when I interviewed Hannah Chata, I did not know that she started watching Big Brother until 5 months before she got on the show. I thought that she was a Big Brother fan who had been watching Big Brother for years. But she watched for 5 months and was part of one of the greatest alliances, and some argue the greatest alliance that the show has ever seen. Probably the greatest, definitely the greatest of that size of alliance, I'm sure. So somebody can get on the show after not being some lifelong fan and still be good on the show. But this group, first of all, they're mad at each other for playing Big Brother. They are mad at each other for playing Big Brother, as if they didn't realize that they signed up for a show that rewards you for deceit, manipulation, being the most strategic person. The show rewards you for that. So they're mad. Like if somebody goes and talks to Corey and says, I want to make this final two with you, Corey, and they both agree on that. If they find out that Corey has a final two with Jag, then Corey is a snake. And I'm like, man, I'll tell y'all something. When I started watching Big Brother in 2020, I started watching with season 16, and there was all kinds of things happening in season 16. And I said, you know what? I understand now, because I was watching Big Brother players on the challenge, and the challenge rewards you for loyalty. You don't even really have to lie that much to win the challenge. Yeah, there's some kind of deceit involved, but you can kind of win the challenge in an honest way, especially if it's a season, especially the older challenge. Maybe the newer challenge requires a little bit more. Like, for instance, this season, they have anonymous voting and they have the hopper and all this stuff, right? So, but Big Brother, so the challenge, what I was saying is that the old days, when you come on the challenge and let's say Johnny was on there and he had Kenny, Evan, Leroy, he had who else? He had his group. Let's just say he had whatever group of friends that he usually would come on there with, and the friends just kind of band together and they don't really have to make too many other friendships or deceive anybody. They could have clear enemies that they see every year and they could still win because their friends outweigh their enemies, or their friends are better at the games than their enemies and are in better positions to make choices. The Big Brother players would come in there and they would act like, oh yeah, we're going to be in this alliance, we're going to do this and this and this, and then when the time comes, they turn their back on the challenge players. Now the challenge players are onto that, so they have switched the way that they play the game. But before, it was something that was never seen before. So essentially, what I'm trying to say is, from the time I started watching Big Brother, I've always known it to be that type of game. It's a chess game. It's a game where you have to have a one up on your competitor. I was listening to, I don't remember her name anymore, but I was listening to Rob Has a Podcast on Sunday with Taran and the guests that he had with him on Sunday. And she said, normally, if you feel like you're doing very well on Big Brother while you're in the house and you feel comfortable, you probably are doing 20% as well as you think that you are. And then she said, if you think that you're doing kind of good, but you feel uncomfortable and you think that you need to make moves and do different things to adapt, then you are probably in a pretty good position in the house, better than you actually think that you are. They were actually saying that in relation to Corey, thinking that he's doing fantastically on Big Brother. Corey thinks his position in the house is just, he's unstoppable and he's unbeatable and he's nobody's main target. Please, Cam, give me this birthday gift. It's all I ask. It's not much. Forget what Jag and Matt have to say. You said that you're this guy who likes to make these big ballsy moves. That's who you are. You're direct and to the point, and you like to make moves. So show me something. And Big Brother, please do better with the casting next year. Please do better. Please do better. We don't want TikTok stars. We don't want whatever social media stars. We don't want anything like that. We just want people who love the game and are going to play the game hard and are going to play the game strategically and are going to try their best to win and win competitions and be in power, people who are actually going to make alliances. And I mean, I know that you can't control everything with the casting, but I just feel like this cast was not set up for success, and we're seeing the result of that. Granted, I will admit that everything is more pronounced now that somebody like Izzy and Jared are out of the house, just because of how much drama they provided on their own. But yeah, now we have a bunch of people in the house that talk a whole bunch and don't do anything. They're all sitting in there waiting for somebody else to take the shot. And the people who are willing to take the shots are not winning the competitions. And the circle of boring brother 25 continues. Expect the unexpected. I think Jag wants to weaponize the other house guests to get each other out. So does Matt, and so does Corey. Basically everyone in there but Cam. Probably Jag more than the rest of them, but that's the general consensus too. So that's my little mini rant. I hope Julie Chen sees this. Julie Chen is somebody in Big Brother production. They would be like, please do not talk about production. Please do not talk about production. Yeah. So have a good day, y'all. Talk to you soon.